Hello, welcome or welcome back. My name is Ari. Today we are doing my August Dungeons and Books TBR. So August is the second semester of Aurelium for this year, so I will also be participating in the Aurelium, magical readathon, but to keep this video a reasonable length of time, that will be a separate video. It's going to go up tomorrow, so if you're just interested in what my Aurelium TBR is without the game, that's going up tomorrow. Today, we play games. For those of you who are new, Dungeons and Books is my TBR game. I take this nice big old D20, I roll it on a board that has interchangeable prompts on it. Whatever number rolls is the prompt that I pull, and then I have to, read a book that fits that prompt. Ones are always Jar of Dooms, 20s are always free choice. Pretty straightforward. Let's get into it and start with the books that I read last month. So last month I ended up with 6 rolls. First was Flowers or Plants on the Cover, and for that I read Violet Made of Thorns. This was an arc. I read it. We're good. Second roll was a 20, so free choice. For that I ended up reading Money Shot, which is a graphic novel. This was a 5-star prediction and I gave it 5 stars. So yes, I love this. Be good. Next up was a randomize your title length. I ended up with 3 words, and for that I read Daughter of Redwinter, which was another arc that I had. I didn't like this very much, but I did read it. Next prompt was a small book, so under 250 pages. For that I read A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers. Another 5-star book. Let's go, Becky Chambers. Roll number 5 was another 20, which means yes, I rolled another 20, but also I had to add another prompt. For that I stuck in The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. I did read this. Am I behind on my Mistborn videos? You betcha. But I read it. It's still 5 stars. Prompt number 6, we go hard in the opposite direction, and I got a 1 and had to draw it at the Jar of Doom. I pulled out Lies of Descent by Troy Carroll Butcher. I like this. I was surprised. I wasn't really interested in this, and I was kind of like, I don't want to read it. But after reading it, it was a pretty good book. I'm happy to continue this series. For the series that I needed to continue this month, I pulled Paper Girls. I did continue this. Almost done. One more book left in Paper Girls. And for the audiobook, I pulled Notes on a Silencing. I didn't even start it. So that was my only failure. I'm not going to do anything about it. I just failed that one. Alright, that was it for last month's rolls. Let's jump right into this month's rolls. Roll number 1 was a 6, and for that I got Sci-Fi Book Box, right? So this is a book box that I used to subscribe to. I only have 3 of them left, so not a whole lot of choice, not a whole lot of help for my Aurelium TBR if I only have 3 total books to choose from, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. For this one I am reading All the Birds in the Sky by Charlie Jane Anders. This is her debut novel. It is about like mix of sci-fi and fantasy. So like one character can do magic, one character is like an engineering genius. There's a war between the magicians or the magic users and the science users, and I think it's like a Romeo and Juliet type story. I don't know. The only other book I read by Charlie Jane Anders I hated. So yeah, this could go either way. I'm going into it with an open mind, but we'll find out. Roll number 2 was an 18, and that was least favorite genre. So far, this game is not setting me up for success this month. So this one I don't have a specific book for yet, but I do know what genre the book is going to be from. This is going to be a romance, because y'all know I hate romances. It's probably going to be a contemporary romance, but I need this romance to fit a specific prompt for Aurelium, and I borrowed like a handful of books from the library because the prompt for Aurelium is a cover-based prompt, and some editions of these books fit the cover-based prompt, but I don't know which edition my library has. So I gotta pick all the books up from the library and then I'll pick one, but let it be known that this will be a romance. I just don't know which romance yet. More to come. Roll number 3 is a used book. Let's focus on the thing, not my face. Thank you. Used book. So all this means is a book that I purchased used instead of buying it new. That's all it means. Fairly straightforward and simple. We're throwing in a short one here, and I'm gonna put in The Perfect Shadow by Brent Weeks. This is a used library copy that I purchased, I don't know, a couple years ago. And yeah, this is a novella. It's like the start of the series. I've read this series from Brent Weeks, but I haven't read the novella, and so I wanted to read the novella and see if I was interested in rereading the series, because I read this in high school, which was like 20 years ago, because I'm old. Roll number 4. I rolled a 1. So yeah, this game doesn't want to help me with a readathon TBR, because Jar of Doom means I have absolutely no choice. Will this fit into any of my prompts, or is this an extra book I'm adding to the TBR that doesn't fit anything at all? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Alright, this is my Jar of Doom. It's got little slips of paper with all of the books, not all of the books, all the books that are on my physical TBR from December of last year or before that are in this jar. So this could be anything, and probably something I don't want to read, because that's how this game's going. So there's this one that stuck to my hand. Let's see what this is, and what I'm going to be tortured with reading. So this is The Deepest Blue. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, The Deepest Blue. The sci-fi book box, this was the other one that I was wrestling with, is do I want to read that one or do I want to read this one? So it looks like I'm reading both of them. let me go grab that really quick. All right, The Deepest Blue. This is by Sarah Beth Durst. This is about, what is it about? So this is about like a girl who's an oyster diver. She has a magic that she's not supposed to have. She ends up using the magic to save somebody, reveals her secret, and gets sent to this island where she has to battle a bunch of spirits. And if she survives, then she becomes one of the heirs of the throne. Whatever. It sounds kind of interesting. I'm okay with it. This is actually the reason I was wrestling between this one and that one is because they both fit two different prompts. So I can stick this into my Aurelium TBR. I guess it'll work. Next roll, we got an 11. That's friend pick, right? We got friend pick. So apparently, last pick is not in my hands either. It's not in my hands either. Other than picking the friend. But yeah, this TBR is not helpful for Aurelium at all, is it? Okay, thank you, Dungeons and Books, for cursing me this month. I appreciate it. I messaged my best friend on Twitter. I said, hey Marcel, pick me a book to read. Because I knew he was gonna pick Heliconia Spring. Because he's been telling me to read this book for 2 years. What does he do? He doesn't pick this book. Okay, so instead I'm reading A Sheep Farmer's Daughter, which I don't own, but I have ordered through Thrift Books, so it'll show up eventually. But yeah, Sheep Farmer's Daughter is what I'm reading. Thanks, Marcel. It's a 400-page fantasy that I wasn't planning on reading this month. Cool. Yeah. So that's it for the rolls. These are cursed rolls. So it's time to draw out of my cups and get my series and my audiobook, which I'm sure will also be cursed. So yeah, let's go with these first. These are series. So this is all of the series that I have started, plan to continue, but haven't finished yet. And the name of the series is on a piece of paper. Let's see what I get. Probably I'm gonna get, what is like the worst thing in here? The worst thing that I could pull in here would be the Poppy War series, because those are long. I can't read them this month. Okay, we're gonna go to this. I'm money that this is the Poppy War because it's just cursed. So this is, okay, it is not the Poppy War. This is the Wicked Villains series. Is that what I think it is? Is that a romance series that I can shoehorn into my least favorite genre? Oh no. Alright, so the game decided to now be nice to me. Wicked Villains is a Katie Roberts series. The second book in the series is Learn My Lesson, and this is fantasy romance. Technically, fantasy romance isn't my least favorite genre, but romance is my least favorite genre. So do I put this as the romance I'm gonna read? What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments if you think I can shoehorn this into that romance spot that I rolled earlier and haven't decided on a book for. But this is a fantasy smutty retelling of, I don't know what fairy tale because I just see the name and not the cover. But yeah. What do you think? This is what I'm reading to continue that series anyway. Let me know if you think I can shoehorn that earlier. Let's pull the audiobook. Alright, this is my jar of audiobooks. There are also lots in here. This one's more full because it's individual books instead of names of series. Let's go with this one. Oh, that's depressing. So this is, I don't know if you can see that, Call Baby. From my understanding, this is about abortions. So it's like timely as far as like what's going on in the world right now, but also super depressing. I'll give it a shot, but this may be something that I have to put down, not necessarily like fully DNF, but something that maybe might not work for me great this month because I have a hard time reading like things that are based on the same thing that's making me depressed in real life. Reading is somewhat of an escape for me. I do use it for educational purposes and to like learn people's perspectives outside of my own. But sometimes things are just a bit too relevant. So I'll try it. Cover's over here. We'll see. We'll see. And that's everything. That's the whole shebang. We're done. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know what is on your TBR this month that you are most looking forward to reading. And I will see you tomorrow with a very specific Aurelian TBR.